Billionaire mindset, entrepreneur journey. Grant Cardone said it best. Your greatness is limited only by the investments you make in yourself. Never quit, and you're guaranteed to find your greatness. Don't just make money, but make a difference. Now, in this video, we'll go live with my special guest, my uncle, civil rights activist, Floyd B. Johnson, former NAACP president from Dayton, Ohio. Black college graduate, Central State University, alumni, educator, realtor, serial entrepreneur, got me into the life insurance, about that life insurance, just the whole hustle, 100%. And we're literally going to talk about the billionaire mindset here today. As an entrepreneur, the educational gap and the difference of being online and just transitioning from regular school in social media. I mean, my uncle is 84 years old and I have the opportunity, and he has no fear. He's on Facebook. He has Messenger. So please don't hesitate to subscribe, watch, and follow. Any replays or comments, please leave them below. But the key is to make the goal better for entrepreneurs. And my goal here as well is to share my entrepreneurial experience in the high ticket affiliate marketing space and just encourage the benefit of coaching with the Wealth Warriors Elite Income Empire coaching team. As I am a serial entrepreneur, I'm a licensed mortgage broker, a tax preparer, a licensed insurance broker. I have digital real estate. I have a high ticket affiliate marketing career. I literally am a small business consultant, and my why is CCC Because We Care Foundation and my family. And the importance of marketing and making sure that entrepreneurs in my community can accelerate in step-by-step programs such as Freedom Accelerator and coaching to help guide the way. So again, I definitely want to thank you for being here. And it says it best. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like most people back in the day. And what they don't teach you in school, number one, is to have financial education. Number two, there's 3 types of income. There's earned income, where you work every day with a salary or W-2. There's passive income, like passive income change agent like myself. And there's portfolio income, where you have investments or stocks. And then number 3, learn how to sell yourself, brand you as an entity, which entity is right for you, okay? And learn how to pay taxes and have spiritual intellect. But let's not just make money here, guys. The key is to actually make a difference. So again, I want to welcome my special guest, Uncle Floyd B. Johnson, to the actual live here. Can you see me okay, Uncle?
Okay. Thank you, Adrian.
Yes, so I just want to give you an opportunity to take the floor and just speak as well. So thank you for coming, Uncle. I appreciate it 100%.
Okay, now I'm going to be a little slower than you.
Yes.
But what I say, I want you to write it down. If you don't write it on paper, write it on your mind. Number one, our goal is not to become wealthy. Not paper money wealthy, but knowledge wealthy. The more knowledge that you have, the richer you are. My knowledge is in my brain. It's not on my balance sheet. And the reason is the wealth is in my brain because I know how to do a lot of stuff. I could give you some examples of my father, Fred Johnson, your grandfather, but I won't go there. My grandfather went to, your grandfather only went to the 3rd grade, but he would say things that I never forgot. He only went to 3rd, he couldn't read, he couldn't write. He said, but he could figure. That's very deep. You couldn't cheat him out of any money. That's right. 2 things that he taught me is to write this down, right, focus, and finish. In other words, if you have a project, you need to stay focused on that project because the real payoff is in you finishing. If you focus it and quit and start doing something else, you will never finish it. Focus and finish. And be persistent. I said knowledge is power because knowledge, for example, I use the insurance business. I never want to be an insurance agent. My vision of an insurance agent was the guy that used to come around and sit on my mother's front porch an envelope hanging on the wall, and she gave him $2. He mark it, put the money in his pocket, and she'd have $200 worth of insurance, enough to bury her. I didn't like the idea. This big fat Caucasian sitting on my mother's front porch every week, and she had to go get him a glass of water. I didn't like that, but I was taught that children ought to be seen and not heard, but I didn't forget it. So the knowledge of that experience made me not want to be an insurance agent. 50 years later, I found out that I should have been an insurance agent. But the insurance companies are the wealthiest companies in the world because, unfortunately, Floyd from London and the insurance company said, "Oh, you're financed the slave trade." When the government of the United States with the Depression, in order to operate, had to borrow money from the insurance company. And if you hear me, some knowledge is coming to your head. Why is that so? Because the insurance company, they only collect money. They collect money because you bet, if it's life insurance, you bet that you're going to die, and they know that you're going to live. You bet that you bet against yourself.
Right.
As long as you bet against yourself, the house is going to win.
That's right.
The house is the insurance company. You know, if you ever go to I know you've never been to an after-hour joint where they were gambling in the back room. And every bet that they made, the house took 25%. Okay. In other words, you bet $1 and won $10. You're gonna get $7.50. You didn't even worry about it. By the time the game was over at 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody broke. Who got the money?
Right.
The house. The insurance company.
That's right.
I said, well, I should have, my mind had me thinking negatively about the man and not about the product that he was selling.
Right.
So 50 years later, I had a gap in my life. So I said, let me see, what am I going to do now? The guy came by my office. He said, we want you to be a A.L. Williams agent. I said, oh, Lord, here's his choice. I said, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll go take a test, got my license. Made one sale. I made $300. I said, now, there's got to be some kind of trick to this. Made another sale. Guy came out, put me in his car, and said, show me, take me to all your friends on your neighborhood. So, okay. By the time I got back home that day, $2,300. I said, wow. Now the trick come to L. Williams, and the reason I related to it, because Art Williams was a football coach at a high school teacher. I could read to that. I was teaching school. You know, man, this man just a teacher. But what he did, he challenged the largest insurance sales company in the country, Prudential. The reason he challenged him, because his daddy died. A $10,000 policy. He's paying $60 a month for $10,000. And when he got to $10,000, he said, well, why my dad had this insurance for 40 years? Why, if he only had giving you more money than you going to give him back? He said, there's some other insurance you could buy. What? He said, term. Well, how much if I bought $20,000? How much would that cost me? He said, $25. I mean, $20,000? So what about if I bought $100,000? He said, you mean tell me my daddy had enough money? He had $250,000 worth of insurance, but only had $60,000. I said, well, there's something going on here.
Right.
William decided to anger with the insurance agent, because the insurance agent had term on his family, and the insurance agent, the $2,500 like that I made, they paid $250 of that into an investment account. One was called Common Sense Trust. Doesn't exist now because what happened, if you build a business, it does very well, a bigger business will buy it. Another company called Smith Barney, Common Sense Trust, in other words, what they would do is buy their competition. Knowledge. You want to get rich, go to a big business and sell it. Now, one of the things that I was taught is to buy something, you hold it, you keep it. You ever heard of hoarders?
Yes. Yes. I'm halfway of a hoarder myself. I come from I'm a mini hoarder.
Hoarding, but when you like it,
yes,
somebody else does too.
Right.
And when you like it and they like it, you need to ask a simple question: how much you give me for that?
Right. Right.
Somebody invested. That's what the insurance company and the agent does. They take your money and they invest it not in one thing, but in a multiplicity of things. What are called mutual funds. The insurance company is like a basketball player. He faked you and you jump. And on your way down, he goes up and make the basket.
Right.
The insurance company, they come out looking like an insurance agent. The real goal is to invest the money. They thinking about selling you. They said, now, in the short term, the children are young. For the next 25 years, if something happens to you, your family's gonna need a lot of money.
But let's talk about that concept, Uncle, because if you think about how insurance works, and if something happens, then God forbid, of course, you have this insurance policy, right, to protect your family. But if you take that time and actually invest it in yourself, in education and growth and development, and there's new things with this high ticket affiliate marketing in the space that I'm in, where you can actually have those millions and billions, but investing in yourself. And you know, that 40, the Grant Cardone 40-40-20, that 40% going, we got to pay taxes, right? But 40% in yourself, in your mindset, and your growth. And that's what the Wealth Warriors Elite Income Coaching Program does for me. So just was trying to tie in. I see what you're saying too, because again, if you invest, I'm an insurance agent as well. So we get it. And that's what the mutual companies, I mean, they literally invest our money and make more money.
You already see, the point is, Adrian, you're already wealthy.
Yes, I agree.
A statement that you pay 40% taxes. Wealthy people don't pay taxes.
That's right. That's right.
The President of the United States, 7 years, he paid no tax. Why would you like to make $24 million?
Right.
not pay a dime in taxes.
Right.
So that's the trick that the consumer wants to people buy things that you don't have to pay that. If you built a house,
That's right.
for a $100,000 house, immediately IRS to give you a 10% what they call investment tax credit. If you rent the house out, you've got 3 ways you can depreciate it, and whatever you choose,
Yes.
you can write that off. And the people who work for you, that's labor, and the money that you paid them, you write away. So by the end, on paper, you built a $100,000 house, but on paper you spent $150,000.
Right.
So you didn't make any money. But here you got the deed to this property.
Yep.
That's knowledge.
That's right. So building the digital real estate, right? So for example, YouTube is free to set up, right? It's free for anyone to set up where you're creating your own legacy, but you do have to learn how to do it, right? So there's no money. No money.
Nothing.
And YouTube will pay you 7 different ways in regards to just being yourself and creating content. And digital creators can make literally, Uncle, $150,000 a year. And in our education system, we don't have those type of teachings. Our teachings are not to just the online space in general. You understand what I mean? So we don't strive to be a digital creator or, something of that nature. But that's something that doctors and lawyers, they make the same amount of money, but you're creating in your own space. And so literally just the mindset of the shift of the educational change. You see what I mean? You're on Facebook. Like, what made you get on Facebook, Uncle? Share with us what made you get on there.
Put me on Facebook.
Which one? Put me on
Facebook. I didn't get on Facebook, but I have children who are educated, who have knowledge, and they bring it to me.
Right. Thank you. Right. Zuri's in here actually, and Dana and Aunt Jewel came through, and Mom, my mother, Nancy. Yes.
See, the money comes, you have the knowledge, the wealth is like equity, but the income comes from the transaction. Every transaction, the house gets 25%. So every transaction that you make with insurance, with annuities, with mutual funds, with stocks, with real estate, no money comes into your account until you exercise and implement the transaction. When you take a family of 5 and you educate them on what are your needs, you've done what's called a financial needs analysis. You got their name, where they work, where the mother worked, how many children got, and so on and so forth. What are the assets, what's their liabilities, what's their cash flow. And so, you know what? If something happened to a mom, the mother of the children, you got to raise these children. So you're going to need $500,000. For the next 20, 25 years, the one way to hedge your bet to cover yourself, let me say you're a $500,000 policy. It's going to cost $35.
Right.
That means that you're paying $35, and some company is putting up $500,000.
That's right.
So mom goes, after you bury her, you ate the fried chicken,
Right.
I'll send you a check, $250,000.
Right.
You're going to take 10% for yourself, write this down, and I know you got it written down, pay yourself first.
How do you pay yourself, Uncle? Tell me, do you pay yourself? Because money is just a tool. It's more so, it means nothing when you actually have it in the bank. But if you're looking into diversification, real estate, property, stocks, high ticket affiliate marketing, opportunities where low risk is more so, how would you spend the money?
Well, first you pay yourself first. Now, understand, I'm 84 years old.
Yeah, no, right.
Paid myself first.
No, that's right.
Now, right on into the sunset.
I know that's right.
It's 19 to 2004. I've been retired. That's 20 years.
So how were you able to do that? Let's share with us. So that was 20 years ago. As a serial entrepreneur, you retired 20 years ago.
Because I made some mistakes. As an educator, the state of Ohio forced me to invest in a state teacher retirement association. STIRS. What STIRS is, the business is an annuity. And it's what they call a guaranteed lifetime income annuity. They took my money and invested in an annuity, and after 35 years, they sent me a check back. They call it STIRS, State Teacher Retirement. But really, it could be any one of the annuity companies. Any one of them. I got a check from them. It wasn't because I was so smart. Like I said, I was 50 years old when I found this out.
Right.
Because the labor union, the civil rights movement, forced capitalist big corporations to cut the employees a portion of their profits. My daddy, Floyd Johnson, was in a union for the boundary, pay their health and welfare, and to set up a retirement fund for him. He didn't know.
Right.
But he knew that with all the workers, they call it collective bargaining.
Yes.
They formed a union, they shut the plant down if they didn't pay them their money. That's how the union started in 1942. The civil rights movement. So I was in the middle of that. The civil rights movement. So,
got arrested and everything. I read about it, Uncle.
that collective bargaining.
I'm sorry.
The union, I get STIRS check. And because the union went national, the president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the people he had to, the country was broke. Thinking about being broke again. It's a very thin margin that we're operating on.
Yes.
But he had to put people to work. So he went and borrowed money. Guess from who? Insurance company. The government went into debt. They put together the WPA. Biden just passed a bill last time called Build Back Better. All that is, in 1945, Franklin Delano Roosevelt set up a set of bills and stuck together the WPA. And everybody went to work. They built the railroad, they built the car lot, trains, buses. Everybody just made them.
Right.
And that got people out of work. Detroit was born in the Great Depression.
Yeah. And that's
how people made money. Right. And then who fighting against that. And really they're fighting against themselves. That shows they're illiterate. They want the people not to make any money. They want to take it all.
Right.
So you almost are forced to be in politics. If you're not, you go to sleep, they'll take it all away.
Right.
They'll take it all the way from you. Want to take away security.
That's right.
I got another check on Social Security. Everybody should have 4 checks at 65. You need from that insurance. Once you become You have $100,000 in the bank. You don't need the insurance for your life.
Right.
You need the money in the bank.
Right. Right.
In terms of knowledge, to pay yourself first. Whatever you make, $100, put $10 away.
Oh, that's right.
I don't care what it is. And then when you utilize this technology that you know, you have to stay up. I fought it, but you've got to be up on the technology because I'm 84, but you know what? I can go on my iPad. Where I used to go knock it on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I do it.
Right.
Duo. What are you doing here?
Right. Exactly.
I can do a split screen, write a policy, and the person can take a thumb, sign a policy, hit the thing, hit the button. Now, I don't feel like doing that. I feel like doing. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. Talking to you because you're younger, you can take this wealth in your head, do transactions, and get paid.
Yes.
The objective is to invest the money. Not to invest the money.
Yes, I agree.
Not as a $400 or $500 outfit. You got to look at that outfit, go to the one surround store, find the same outfit for $10 or $15, tighten it up a little bit, and go on down the street. Put the money into an investment account.
Yep.
And build wealth by investing.
There we go.
If you want to do real estate, that's what my daughter, Zuri, yes, I've been talking to her about it for 20 years.
I can't get on her. I know the story. It's okay, Z. Shout out to you, Zuri.
When she rolled up in there, they wanted $7.10 per gallon. Oh,
yes. So that's why I'm encouraging this digital real estate, Uncle. Seriously. I mean, you were at my graduation in college at Murray State University. So you were there getting my degrees. I have an electromechanical engineering degree. I have a master's in business and marketing, but it literally has taken, the whole world has taken a shift online. So when I was working at General Motors, my main thing was to make 6 figures, right? That was my floor ceiling. But it's a guy in my program that makes $650,000 a month creating and helping people. And it's not, it's good, genuine work. And that's literally, so it's NBA money. It's Chris Bosh money. It's money that we literally thought that is 1% of the 1% can obtain. But that's right. The mindset. That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
All you need is to do the transaction.
That's right.
And the good thing about you, and the difference between you and me, you're right in the age group where the people are making the money, they don't know what to do with it.
It was a 13-year-old, Uncle. He's saying it's a step-by-step program. So the Freedom Accelerator course that I promote with ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson, 13 years old, $1 million by just following a system. So, and then there's an 81-year-old. So I won't let anyone make any excuses. You get a little pass because you're 84, but anyone else, any age, there's no excuses. It's literally a step-by-step process. And what our problem is we have a problem with consistency and taking effort and action of something new, right? Just the fear of it. I mean, just you stepped out on faith. You said you were working as well, and then you saw someone else doing insurance.
That I was not going to be on one job.
That's right.
All my life.
Come on.
Because that was 5 more years to retire.
That's right.
Why don't you quit now?
Right.
No, man, I got 5 more years. You may not, and many of them didn't even live.
Yes. Right. And so you're right.
Now I'm at the point where most of the things that people want me to do, I did it 40 years ago. I saw my nephew, Steve, down in Costa Rica. I don't know if you see the picture of him on one of them zip lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him and my dresser. Yes.
I thought that. I'm not interested in doing that. What I am interested in doing precisely what you have me doing right now. Transfer knowledge. That's the work.
That's it. This summer, when we have our family reunion here in Detroit, I literally am going to hopefully be to the point. No, hopefully, I'll be to the point where I know Mary has the storytelling, and just to help people create the legacy, on YouTube, so that, like you said, you can tell your story and help people. Because there's people out here. I mean, I didn't know, but there's people that have the same mindset. I mean, just taking action, and just the sky is the limit when you do so, and just believing in yourself.
Just don't put roadblocks in the way of the people. And unfortunately, and this is another story, this is not for this, but they placed all kind of roadblocks in the family reunion concept in terms of cost. And I was telling Mimi and the rest of them, I said, you remember when Daddy had me doing this when I was 19, 20 years old? I always had to go to the bus station and pick up the least of the family that fell through the crack. I had to pick up Bertha B., a lady from Chicago. Also, there was enough money on the Greyhound bus. I go down there, I pick her up, I bring her to Uncle Jesse's house. Then I had another cousin in Chicago named Melanie. I go and pick her up, take her to her daddy, Harry Hinkle. Then that was my job, And then when I was 6 years old, I'm in Atlanta, and my cousin Dear, I guess you know Dear.
Of course.
I had to leave from Stone Mountain, Georgia, get on 285 and go all the way around Atlanta to the bus station to pick up a cousin, Fro. Now, I didn't really mind doing it, but I was older. I'm getting tired of doing that.
Right.
He never spoke to me again. The little boy that used to do what everybody told me to.
Right.
And I'm walking around almost on a cane just like her. I never forget that. My point is, don't create obstacles for people, especially young people. Justin, make sure Justin gets there. Raul, make sure they get there. Don't say, give me $500. Now, they ain't got that kind of money.
It's free, Uncle. YouTube is free. It just takes action. There's no money involved. There's free tools. There's free apps. It just takes literally action. It's free. It's really free. Like, it's not like now if you want to invest in more the free training is free. So, I mean, the key thing is just people taking action, right? So that's the thing. It's not a cost tied to it.
And that's great. That's a good line, because
it's the truth.
Now that I've shown you, we look at your needs on paper, and I've shown you your needs. If you decide to take action to protect the family,
that's right.
Sign a piece of paper right there.
Right.
Once they sign and write a check for $100, they're covered for $500,000. They're protected.
Yeah.
And you get paid.
Yes.
See, now you have created an obstacle for the person.
Yes.
They got babies. And I'll tell you one story, then I'm through. My very first transaction, I'm like young now. I went to this guy's house. He operated a rubber tire backhoe. A very dangerous job, building roads. You fell off that thing and this thing rolled over here to crush you. 8 babies. So I gave him, I showed him. And I said, the $25 I can get you covered. Said, I'm not buying no insurance. I ain't gonna make nobody rich. I said, you got 8 babies.
Right.
You know what? He said, she can get on welfare. You know what? I got ready to leave. I packed my stuff up because we were told that when you talk like that, to leave them alone. Yeah. I said, no. The strength came out of me then. I said, listen. I said, this nigga ain't gonna sign. You sign, baby. You sign his name and your name. Give me the money. Mm-hmm. Yes, Mr. Johnson.
That's right.
I got to my car. I said, I kept looking. I said, this nigga gonna shoot me. I said, I told that story. I said, can you believe he done sat up here, made this woman pregnant 8 times?
8 times.
Not, protect her.
Right. That's right. You know, we encourage that. Yes. I mean, we don't understand. It still frustrates me. 2 things: seeing the GoFundMe's when someone passes away, as well as when someone doesn't keep up their policy. It does something to my spirit. It does. I'll be honest. Funerals are different for me. As an insurance agent, it's different. It's a whole totally different feeling because you're not either taking care of business. I mean, I'm single with no children and I have more policies. I'm more dead than alive, honestly. I mean, I have a policy for work. I have a policy for my mother, my sister, my niece, so just to make sure, God forbid, if something happens, that everyone is taken care of. And that's how you have to think, because something is going to happen. We had COVID happen. Nobody planned for it, but things are going to happen. So you have to plan.
The reality of it is you should have a mutual fund account for those people.
That's right. I can go with that too. Yes.
Been buried with $5,000.
Right.
But on I still have a primary policy on myself. Mm-hmm. And once you turn 70, you're almost uninsurable.
Right.
I said, well, I've had 2 heart attacks. I get no more insurance. Plus, I'm 84.
Well, 𝐷𝐸R will have guaranteed life insurance all the way up to 80. I have to do a shameless plug, but I'm an insurance agent.
Once you get to the end of the term, there's a policy called decreasing term.
Yes.
To age 100. Mm-hmm. So I gave one of the options. I put an option on mine, and my upline was mad. So I told him, I do that with all my clients. Decreasing term. So I'm still paying it. If face amount goes down, I wait till I'm 94 years old.
See, I didn't do decreasing term. I wasn't a fan of term. I know we had that battle.
That's what I do. They always have, so they have insurance all their life. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have it if they got $200,000
in the bank. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Don't need insurance.
That's true. But diversification, there's nothing wrong with it.
In the World 74 of Rule 72, once you get to 100,000, in 4 years it's going to double.
That's right.
So you can get to 100,000 at age 35, age 39, you got 200,000. Mm-hmm. Age 43, you got 400,000. Age 47, you got 800,000. You are financially independent.
That's right. That's right.
One thing that will stop you from exercising your retirement option in is the IRS. They'll penalize you.
Yes.
Up until age 59 and a half.
That's right.
Once you're 59 and a half, you can draw down, what you comfortably need. You don't need what $5,000 a month.
Right.
You can live, but guess what? The income from your retirement will grow faster than the amount of money you spend. I got one client I used to eat with all the time. He loved to bring his thing on children. Mm-hmm. Man, look how much I made. I remember this. He's so proud of it, I said, just don't touch it.
Right.
You gotta protect it though. And now by that, I mean you gotta watch these people in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's Russians with money in America, all over Michigan.
Yeah. Yes.
We call them oligarchs.
Mm-hmm.
They really got us right to the edge right now.
The bad thing is, if you're not listening or not being educated or paying attention to the things that are going on, you're not going to be prepared for the transition. I mean, it's 5 billion people now online all the time. So in other words, the internet is growing. And so the amount of information they're feeding people is diversifying now. It's not just TV and radio. You have social media, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So you have all these places. And so if you don't have someone you can relate and trust in regards to your information, I mean, you're just getting fed. And if you're not paying attention at all, so you're just behind the 8 ball. So that's a key thing. I know entrepreneurs, I've literally been struggling with in regards to educating them. Mm-hmm.
But your job is to have contacts.
That's right.
All of those people, they're so afraid of Trump because he's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So he had 20, 30 million contacts.
And the money's in the list. Yes. Yep.
People out there,
yes,
like he can sell a Trump card, a digital card. He put up that one day and made $400,000.
That's called digital real estate. That's what I'm working on. Seriously, the money is in the list. It's literally setting up your eco-affiliate system. And that's what the program teaches you, how to set that foundation up properly with the Wealth Warriors Elite Income Empire Coaching. Like Daniel Chu and Nathan Bokers are entrepreneurs as well. And they are literally, Nathan being from Canada and Daniel being from Taiwan. I found them on YouTube. I was watching it, right, going through the training. And being a mortgage broker, just seeing the digital real estate and just how the extensive of the money being in the list, like in regards to, like you said, with Trump being able to just pull up his phone, I mean, having 10, 20,000 contacts, that's what you can do to provide value. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to say unfortunately, but I don't want to go political. Trump is Trump. Yes, it is what it is.
With the TikToks and OC, and make sure that you change your password often.
Yes.
As I said, the oligarchs have money.
Right.
And they are all over the place. And I'm sure you're in their list.
Yes, I probably am. Hope not, though.
You go up, log on, and they got another picture of you. Oh, they got you.
I hope not.
So, and I'm supposed to get mad. They switch your password. They kept on stepping. Switch. They got you. Change your password. They keep on stepping. But they're always monitoring. If you're active, you know, you might end up working for them and you don't even know you're working for them.
Right. So, Uncle, I do want to appreciate you talking with us today in regards to just billionaire mindset, being a serial entrepreneur and coming from the space of not having the online and the educational system that we've been dealt with, right, in regards to our vision and now things and opportunities available online. But do you have any final thoughts, you know, to wrap up in regards to anything to leave with the entrepreneur mindset, the billionaire mindset, the things that people should actually take from them, you know, just to leave away?
Stay focused and finish. Think about a basketball game. The good ball players, they finish strong.
That's right.
You can play a good game 3 quarters, and in the last 5 minutes, lose. If you don't know how to finish.
That's right.
And the way you finish is what you're doing right now. Is getting everybody involved.
That's right. Thank you, Uncle.
It's really source of championship is he doesn't try to score.
Right.
Although he can.
Yes.
He's always looking for that man in the corner. The great Chris Bosh shot.
Right.
Chris got the rebound.
Yep. Put
it in the corner.
Hit that.
They did. That wasn't a winning game, but that was a game that let them win the next game.
The Houston Rockets. Yep, he was playing. Yep.
You know, you're constantly looking for the people who work along with you.
That's right.
That's it. Focus and things would help.
Thank you. And I thank you, Nancy Mays, Dana Mays, Jewel Jones for coming on. I saw Zuri come on. I saw Jared come on as well. Of course, Floyd Johnson. I definitely thank you. Aunt Judy was in the background, so I have to say a shout out to Aunt Judy as well. But I truly appreciate, like you said, support is the key thing that's going to get you through anything that's new, being an entrepreneur, trying something in the new online space. But the key thing is just to take action. Sometimes you might have to reel back, get the education and mindset first. But if your goal, like my why is my family and getting my family back together and my friends and community, like it's an opportunity. And so I just had to go educate myself. And now I'm coming out the shell now because, I mean, I literally just had to go through the different courses and the plans I went through. God sent me through, but it brought me here through my journey so I can help someone else. And that's the key thing, right? I love it. So again, Uncle, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I'm definitely going to bring you back on. This is our live first one, passive income change agent, right? Detroit, Michigan, representing tax preparation. And Uncle Floyd, Dayton, Ohio. Thank you, my uncle. I appreciate the patriarch of our family. Come on, Uncle, let's go. Start me off. Yes. I love you.
Good night.
Love you. Good night.
Love you too.